Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tashwita Gupta, your ACCA mentor. So today we are having a general video on how to use our computer-based platform. So both our skill level and our professional level exams are computer-based. So we should be very much familiar with a computer-based platform. Now, before I start, I would just like to request you that please do follow me on my Instagram as well, because I keep on posting few updates there too. Like for example, today I'll be posting an update on how to mitigate or how to file the mitigating some circumstances if you're giving remote based exams and there is a technical issue. Then we'll have such discussions, and that is done over Instagram because these are short small videos and I don't post it on YouTube, right? So here we will have a comprehensive discussion over our features which are there within our CBE platform. So we have the reset option over here, we have the cut, copy, paste. So now you know that for cutting you will use a shortcut, that is Control X, because X looks like a scissor, right? So you will use Control X, and then for copying you will use Control C, and for pasting Control V, right? So this is what you actually use as a shortcut. And yes, if I want to copy and paste something from the exhibit, that is also possible. So I always suggest that do select the requirement which you are solving. Like for example, if I solve the first requirement, I will Control C, copy it, then I will paste it in my word processor. Those of you who are working and you are acquainted with these things, I know this might sound a little foolish, but there are many students who are like still in not that much, you can say, position where they can understand these things related to word processor and Excel. So this is how I can actually copy the requirement, and I always suggest students to do this, because what happens is, since I've copied the requirement, I know this is for 6 marks. I'll not have to refer again and again to the exhibit of requirement. Now I can actually close this exhibit. I don't want a lot of mess on my screen, right? So I will close the requirement section. Now I am reading the first exhibit, defined benefit pension scheme. So for example, so again you can resize it with this arrow on the bottom right. So for example, I want to copy this. They've written that the remeasurement cost has been included in administrative expenses. So just to remember it, what I'm doing, Control C, I will click on the word processor, it will come above, and I will write here that my Control V, I'll paste it, his remeasurement component is being included in administrative expenses. So whatever brainstorming I am doing, I would suggest you with all honesty that don't do it on the scratch pad, don't do it on your piece of paper. Many tutors and many experts suggest that you should do it on the scratch pad or you should do it on the paper, but I have a simple logic to it. There were many times when I was giving my exams that if the time is running out, I used to write in short. Okay, this is this, this is this. I was not able to make paragraphs and everything, like especially the last question, right? So in that situation, if I'm brainstorming in something external, like if I'm doing it on the scratch pad or the piece of paper, the disadvantage will be that it is not marked. The scratch pad is not marked. The paper is not marked. If you're giving it in center, you will get a piece of paper, but again, that is not marked. So what is the advantage or what is the benefit of doing anything on that paper? Yes, if calculations are there, you can do it there, but if you're brainstorming the case study, you are figuring out the important points, even though you can highlight the things also, which is very you can say helpful. So yes, I can highlight this, but another way is, apart from highlighting, I can use to, or I can also copy the important things in my response option. Once I do that, I will actually have all my brainstorming there, right? Now when I'll be framing my actual answer, I can erase that brainstorming. It's not that I'll have to, scrap it off or strike it through. I can actually backspace everything. So that is a edge that you get in the computer based platform, right? So do your brainstorming on the response option itself. So now let us look into our response option, like what all features we have over here. So there is a feature of resetting the whole answer. Don't click on this. If you will click, the whole answer will vanish. but you do get a warning like, do you want to reset it? Okay, I can, but then I can also undo it, right? So nothing to worry that much, but yeah, it's better that you don't click on this option. Then this is long cut of cutting a text, but I told you Control X. Then copying, Control C, pasting, Control V, undo, redo, find. See, this will help you a lot. For example, I've written CTRL. I've not written the full form of control. So let's suppose I want to change it to the full form, that is control. So what I'll do is I'll first find it, then I'll replace all. If I just click on replace, only the first one will be replaced, right? But if I click replace all, so for example, if you have been using an abbreviation FV, fair value, you've not written the full form of fair value in your answers, with one feature you can change the whole FV into fair value. So this is what you will use, and then see the CTRL is now converted to control, the full form of control, right? Then you have formatting options, bold, italic, underline, strike through, you all know what it is. Then subscript and superscript, that is to the power. So like I'll be telling you very soon that how we can actually calculate to the power calculations without any scientific calculator, using a normal calculator, right? So calculator, your own calculator is allowed, but there is a calculator over here as well. So we both have scientific calculator and a normal calculator, a standard calculator. So I can also calculate the power to the power calculations here. Let me show you here. For example, I want to calculate 2 to the power 3. So first I'll type 2, I'll do multiplication, I'll select multiplication, then I'll click on the equal to, that is 2 to the power 2, I got a 4. I want to calculate 2 cube, I'll again click equal to, 2 cube 8. I want 2 to the power 4, I'll again click equal to, 16. So this way you can calculate your to the power calculations using a standard calculator, right? So it's not necessary that you have to go to scientific and then look for where this option of using the power is. This is x to the power n, this is what the option is. So it's not necessary to use scientific calculator, right? And if you're not good with the calculator on the platform, you can use your own calculator as well. So this is what is available in your word processor. These are normal inserting the table option. This is like if you want to create a heading. Let's suppose I want to create a heading of the second requirement. So I'll just select it and I will heading 1. So the size would increase. Then inserting a table, this will help you to insert tables, especially FR students. If there will be interpretation question, you can insert the table and calculate the ratios over there, right? So this table is very, very important for skill level students. Then you will have your normal aligning the text. You want it to the left. So let's suppose I want this text. If I want it to the left, if I want it in the middle, on the right, or justified, like dispersed. Then I have an option of bullet points. Then I have an option of 1, 2, 3. Again, I can see, for example, if you want to write a point, a bullet point. So let's suppose we are writing a bullet point, which is IFRS 5 states if the following are met, the asset will be kept as held for sale. You will use full forms, okay? So now I want a sub bullet point. That what are the, this is one bullet point under which I want sub bullet point. So I want to talk about caption here, right? So let us just click on this one. Now we will get an option to talk about caption, right? So this will create sub bullet point, and then you can explain caption. So these are the features available in the word processor. Then if I show you the spreadsheet is a little, you can say, complex, especially in the, you can say, the practice platform, not actually in your exam. So the simple method which is available in the word processor, same is there in the spreadsheet. You have reset option, cut, copy, paste. Then you have paint format, undo, redo. You can change the view 75%, it will zoom out. Then if you want to zoom in, you can change the number. Then again, bold, italic, underline, highlight, change the color, aligning the text left, middle, right. Then how much decimal places you want. For example, I am writing a figure here that is 123.4.567 and I want to keep it at 2 decimal places. So I will select this, I'll get it to 2 decimal places. If I want to add the comma to this, so comma would be added if I select that. Then this is basically better or more of, you can say, formatting options. I would not suggest you to use this. This is more like which currency you want to work in, because usually in our ACC exams we have dollars in our keyboards, right? But if you want to select any currency from here, you can do it, right? Then you can also customize it, like here you go and you get a number or currency. You have an option that what currency do you want, so we can select from here. We want in pounds, we want in euros. Okay, so I'll select dollars and okay. So it is $1235. Then what you have is percentage. So for example, if you have written 0.2 here, I want it in percentage. So I want it as a percentage like this. So what is 0.2? 20%. So I got a 20% here. If I want to write this one in fraction now, what is 20% in fraction? 1/5. If I want to write it in a fraction which are 2 digit, then also it is 1/5, right? So this is how you can write. Like if you want to say 1/4, so 1/4 will be done here, right? If you want to present 0.5 as a fraction, 1/2, right? So this is what happens when we use this option. Then if you want to have a proper format of the date, for example, I want this format. So I will write here, let me just undo that. Okay, so let's suppose I have written that my date is 01/12/2020. I want it in this format. So this is the format, 12 January 2020, right? So this is what you basically have to do with these options available. So again, this is a very easy thing, spreadsheet and response option. So if you were having some issues, because I know not everyone is working, not everyone is acquainted with the luxury of the computers and they are not using it on day-to-day basis. So for those students, I hope this video was helpful. And I will also suggest one last thing to you, that keep only 2 exhibits open at one time. Don't open everything. This will create a lot of mess, right? And never take your exhibit to this side, because when I take it to this side, I won't be able to access this section. This is a very important section. If I want to open the word processor, I click here. Whatever was like hidden below will come up by clicking it here. I want spreadsheet, I'll click here. I want exhibit 1, I'll click here. So it's better that you keep only 2 things open at one time. Secondly, paste the requirement in the response option, do the brainstorming in the response option, and please keep this area of your platform safe and sound, nothing above that, right? So this is it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, do share, like and subscribe, and make sure you follow me on my Instagram. I keep on posting updates there too. So all the best, guys. See you in the next one.